All right. This talk is brought to you by I don't know, Sesame Street. Um, it's called "Stop Being a Little Bitch." Stop being a whiny little bitch. Oh, look at that, dude! A little mouse. I could have swore I saw something run up under my car. Cool. I think you would love to chase that. But you can't. All right. So I think where I want to start off is an early thought of mine when I was in Boy Scouts. I think it was early Boy Scouts, so right after Cub Scouts. And I was experiencing the cold for the first time, like real cold. I think it was like 9 degrees. It's pretty damn cold. Um, and I didn't have a great experience. Obviously, the next time I was more prepared and I could handle it better. Um, and in my line of work, I have to be in the cold quite a bit. So you just endure that shit. You layer up as best you can, and then you just fight it the entire time. Which I don't mind a little fight. But the thought that I had back in those early Boy Scout days was that it's interesting when you're in the cold, your body wants to slow down, but you need to speed up, right? Go out there, do some push-ups, go out there, do some jumping jacks, and you'll be all warmed up. But the cold, it like it wants you to slow down. The cold makes it to where that's all you want to do, right? And vice versa. The heat makes you fast, but that's the last thing you should be doing. You should be slowing down because if you're going fast, you're heating up even more. And I thought that that was interesting, this observation that I had made, and I've thought about it for many years and really haven't worked it out very much. But it's like, in order to counteract the cold, in order to counteract the hot, well, more so the cold, you got to stop being a little bitch. It's really what it is. It's like, you can't complain about it forever. It is what it is. You just gotta learn to endure it. We live in such a privileged time where if you get a little cold in the house, you can throw on the heater. I mean, I guess for all time, you've been able to layer up more and whatnot, but the other way around. It's a little hot, people can't stand it. They got to turn on the AC. I get it. Man, AC is nice. I love sleeping at like 48. Let's actually take a right. I'm maneuvering in the ice and it's yeah, difficult to talk and drive, but um another paradox is you really can't be too attached to your AC or you can't you, you're like unable to enjoy the AC. There's got to be a good way to phrase this. Um but it's like to work in AC, you can't be so AC dependent, because you got to work out in the heat. Somebody gives you a call. It's 90 degrees and their AC went out. So you got to be the one to go out in 90 degrees. And even more so, if it's residential, you're going up into an attic, it's insanely hot. Just all because somebody else is a little bitch, you know? At least be nice. Save it until the next day. All right, it's hot today. Well, tomorrow we're gonna call somebody out to come and fix it. But no, they gotta call today. They gotta send somebody out into a 130-degree attic to fix their mild inconvenience. What good does that pose? I don't know. I just feel like life's all about not being a little bitch, you know? Whether you're discomforted or feeling great is just a perspective, you know? One example I like to bring up is bottled water. Some people, they just gotta have their ice cold bottle of water or their ice cold water. And if they don't have it, they're discomforted. Or if they have to drink warm water, it's like a discomfort to them. But somebody who doesn't care what temperature the water's at is going to enjoy the water either way. So rather than being discomforted, that person which uh, pulls a person away from living, right? The moment supplied water to quench our thirst, and there is some enjoyment to be had in that moment. And instead, the perspective, the choice that is made is to be a little bitch. Hey, you know, I'm not claiming to be Mr. Alpha or over here. I'm not over here claiming I got it all figured out. And I don't fall in that little bitch category from time to time. But it's just how I'm choosing to articulate this message. So just go with it. I mean, there's just so much more that can be done when we don't worry about what temperature it is. You know, I got to get my job done. Right now, it's below 30, snows all over the ground. It's freaking cold out, but I still got to work. And furthermore, I got a dog who loves to run and hike in the snow. Am I going to wuss out of that experience because I'm too inconvenienced by the temperature? No. I'm going to live life vicariously through her, sure. But that's also what life is, man. Life is giving. Life is a gift. It's given every day to us. And we have the opportunity to give back to our friends, our family, our animals, our community. Each and every day, we have the opportunity to give back. And just simply put, if we are not a little bitch about life, then, well, we can enjoy more so the life that we are given. But furthermore, we can enjoy better days than the day that I have today. We can enjoy better days tomorrow. And how do you think that works out? How do you think we get better days tomorrow? We give today. Got to give to get. That's what they say. Well, what can we get? Uh, a new watch, a new handbag, a new motorcycle, a new bottle of Chanel. Fucking, I don't know what people like to buy. But all this shit, well, it doesn't come with you when you die. So what really can you get? You can get a more comfortable life, a happier life. And what does that mean having all those things? I think more so that means ha- lessening the well, increasing the significance, lessening the inconvenience that parts of life can provide. Like not having any money, for example. Yeah, true, you can't take money with you when you die, but having money means you don't have to worry about your bills. You stop worrying about your bills. Well, you know, it's living. You're taking away that inconvenience and that distraction from the moment, from the living, right? Rather than enjoying the moment, enjoying your days, you spent worrying about making rent, feeding your kids. So, lost my train of thought. Or if we were lonely, those thoughts of loneliness pop up in our head and make us feel discomfort. We don't enjoy that feeling. Sometimes it causes us to lose sleep. It's like a spiral effect. Well, tomorrow you could have company. You could not be lonely anymore. Somehow, some way, you know. Maybe that falls in the category of stop being a little bitch. But I know it doesn't. Look, when things hurt, they hurt, right? Can't just tell somebody stop being a little bitch. when they just haven't figured something out, or relief has not been found, bestowed, given by the day. What do I mean by that? I can give you an example from my life. I was always very lonely. I mean, always, man. And as I was going through high school and getting into my 20s, I just wanted to find my other half, the person who would help me and just belong with me. And so because of this, I hopped in relationships. It eased the pain. I never found somebody who was right though. Um, so I always found myself broken up with or just out of a relationship. And I remember always feeling or I'd feel this void inside of me, uh, like a piece missing, something that was tearing at my insides near my heart. Not an insignificant void, pretty significant. If I was to give it a size, I'd say like a baseball glove, and it would just tear at my heart. It hurt. This continued until I was like 26, I'd say. Um, and I had a bit of a moment where it was flaring up really bad. And I remember I was thinking, I had a thought, was working through something that was God was alone at the beginning of the universe, before anything was created. God was alone. That was it. It was God. No thing else. And this was not good. There was God, and this was not good. It was not good that there was God. What are you trying to say? No, it's just, it was not good that God was alone. So God created man, and man was alone. And this was not good. So God created woman. It's like you just take what was created and you say all that was good. And so the non-creation of that thing is something that's not good because it wasn't, you get what I'm trying to say? But in this realization, I realized that I if I am married to God, in a sense, then I should not have this void inside of me. I already have my other half and I am complete. And if God wishes to bestow upon me a wife, my other half, then that will only happen until I'm complete, right? So I have to become complete first in my marriage with God before the next step can occur. And I just felt that void get flooded, like a rush of water came in, and it completely filled the void, and more so, it was spilling over the edges. And I recollect seeing a small little pixel blip of light near my chest or my sternum. You know, take my word for it. I don't know. I don't know what I saw. You know, to me, it's like I barely saw anything, but I swear to you, that's a little blip caught my eye. Pixel pop. So yeah, since then I've been pretty good. I feel like I've been pretty good. I mean, there are things that make me sad, but I rarely feel much of the void. Sometimes it might start creeping in a little bit, but I haven't had any significant breakdowns. So, so yeah, stop being a little bitch. It's really just, you know, learning to come to terms with life and learning to enjoy it more. If you're inconvenienced at every site, you're not living life.